Welcome to the comparison of the new BMW i7 and everyone's favorite Tesla Model X, namely the P100D. In this comparison, we will compare these two cars on different parameters, and then we will see which car wins in the end. Let's start with the release year. The BMW i7 was recently introduced and is one of the most modern BMWs around. Tesla Model X was shown to the world in a relatively distant 2015. We will count the first point in favor of BMW for its modernity and relevance. This is probably already known to everyone, but just in case, let's recall that BMW is produced in Germany and Tesla in the USA. This is just a fact, and there certainly is no advantage for any car. Let's look at the history of the whole model. The BMW 7 Series has existed since the distant 1977, during which time the model has managed to gain popularity and respect. But the Tesla Model X has only been around for one generation since 2015. For the great history and legendary, BMW gets the second point. Let's compare prices now. The new i7 starts at $120,000, or 8 Mitsubishi Mirages. The Model X P100D has a similar price tag of $110,000, which equates to roughly 2 Corvettes C7. Though not by a huge margin, Tesla wins. Let's compare the dimensions of cars. The i7 is 212.2 inches long, the Model X is shorter at 198.2 inches. The width of the i7 is 76.7 inches and the Tesla is 78.7. The Tesla is wider, but the BMW is longer, so it's impossible to pick a winner. Go ahead. Weight. The i7 weighs 5,820 pounds, which is about the same as the Mercedes EQV. The Tesla ended up being slightly lighter, at 5,531 pounds, as was the Rolls-Royce Phantom 7. Now to the most interesting, engines. You probably already know that these are two electric cars, and accordingly they have electric motors. i7 at 537 horsepower and Model X at 762. Tesla definitely wins in terms of power. But how do these cars behave in action? The i7 accelerates to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds and from 60 to 124 in 12.5 seconds. Pretty peppy figures for a luxury car. But as you can see, Model X is obviously faster. What about top speed? The i7 hits 149 miles per hour, while the Tesla is faster and can go 200 miles per hour. Another point to Model X. Let's take a look at the quarter-mile race of these cars. And you guessed it, the Tesla Model X P100D is indeed faster than the BMW i7 in every way. Let's check the stopping distance from 60 miles per hour. And yes, the new i7 has less, which means better brakes. An important factor in electric vehicles is, of course, the capacity of the battery. The i7 has a 107 kWh battery and a range of 388 miles. Model X is a little more modest in this regard, 100 kWh and 305 miles. For clarity, the i7 can travel from New York City to Richmond on a single charge, a Model X from Phoenix to Las Vegas. As far as charging speed is concerned, the i7 with fast charging can be charged up to 80% in 34 minutes, Model X at one time to 100% in 40 minutes. We can conclude that they have the same charging speed. Turn circle, a parameter that shows how far the car needs to travel to turn 180 degrees. The i7 takes 40.3 feet to make a turn. Tesla has a slightly larger radius of 40.8 feet, plus 1 point for the agility and practicality of the BMW i7. Now it's time to compare the interiors and technological features of cars. We will only compare some of the most basic features. The i7 has a massage of all seats, favorite cartridges, gesture control, salon management tablet, a large screen in the rear seats and touch panels in the doors. Model X has self-closing doors, autopilot, 17-inch monitor and bioweapon protection cabin air filter. The i7 has more interesting features in the cabin, so the i7 wins even in the regard. For cars of such classes, spaciousness in the cabin is also important. BMW i7 has 5 seats, Model X is 7, with 2 retractable seats in the trunk. And what about the trunk? The i7 has a 132-gallon trunk that can hold 2 suitcases and a baby carrier. Tesla certainly has more space, 148-gallon trunk that holds 3 large suitcases and a baby carrier. And that's not all, there's an additional 50 gallons of space up front that will fit 2 duffel bags. A clear point in favor of Tesla Model X. In total, the Tesla Model X P100D wins by a small margin. Its main advantage is speed and acceleration. Write in the comments which next car